What if I told you Cleopatra's Egypt didn't have to fall to Rome? Yeah, the history books say she lost, the pyramids got old, and Egypt turned into a tourist trap. But what if she'd outsmarted the Romans and kept the Nile pumping out power for centuries? Could Egypt have stayed a big deal, bossing the Mediterranean while Europe was still figuring out how to build a decent road? Stick around, because this twist might just flip the ancient world on its head. Hey there! If you're new to this channel, we're all about messing with history and seeing where it takes us. We've done stuff like the Soviets winning the moon race, or the Ottomans going industrial, and now we're heading back to ancient Egypt. You know Cleopatra, the queen with the fancy barge and the dramatic love life. In real life, her story ends with Rome taking over in 30 BC, but today, we're imagining a world where Egypt dodges that bullet. Picture pharaohs with modern tricks, ships ruling the seas, and Egypt staring down Europe like, nice try. Let's rewind the clock and see what shakes out. All right, let's set the stage. It's 30 BC, and Egypt's in a tight spot. Cleopatra, the seventh, she's the last pharaoh, the one you've seen in movies with the eyeliner and the snake, is running the show. She's smart, speaks a dozen languages, and knows how to charm a room. Egypt's got the Nile, this lifeline pumping out grain, papyrus, and gold, making it rich and juicy for invaders. She's teamed up with Mark Antony, a Roman big shot, to keep Rome at bay. But it's not enough. Octavian, the guy who'll become Emperor Augustus, beats them at Actium, a big sea battle. Antony's toast, Cleopatra's cornered, and she takes the asp exit, or so the story goes. Rome moves in, Egypt's a province, and the pharaohs are done. In real life, Egypt had a lot going for it. The Nile's a gold mine, floods every year, keeps the soil perfect for crops, feeds millions. They've got trade locked down, spices from the Red Sea, gold from Nubia, wheat for half the Mediterranean. Their armies solid with chariots and boats, and their culture's the stuff of legends, pyramids, temples, hieroglyphs. But Rome's a machine, organized legions, endless cash, and a knack for swallowing empires. After Cleopatra, Egypt's just a cog in their wheel, shipping grain to Rome while the glory fades. But what if it didn't go down like that? Let's say Cleopatra's sharper than ever. It's 31 BC, before Actium. She knows Rome's coming. Octavian's got ships, troops, and a grudge. Instead of betting everything on Antony's shaky navy, she plays it sly. She sends spies to Rome, digs up dirt on Octavian's plans, and cuts a deal with some of his generals, gold for loyalty. At Actium, her ships don't just fight, they outmaneuver. Picture Egyptian galleys, long, sleek, painted with crocodiles, dodging Roman rams, lobbing fire pots, turning the sea into a barbecue. Antony's still a mess, but Cleopatra wins the day. Octavian's humiliated, retreats, and Egypt's still standing. What happens next? Cleopatra's not dumb. She knows Rome won't quit. She doubles down on Egypt's strengths. The Nile's her backbone, so she builds it up. Imagine docks stretching miles along the river, workers hauling timber from Lebanon, hammering out ships faster than Rome can blink. She's got engineers, guys who've been moving giant stones for centuries, figuring out better irrigation, bigger canals. By 20 BC, the Nile's a highway, boats loaded with grain, gold, and weapons zipping from Alexandria to Thebes. She's not just feeding Egypt, she's stockpiling to fight. Trade's her next move. Egypt's already got hooks in Africa and Asia. Now she pushes harder. Picture caravans trudging through the Sahara, camels piled with ivory and incense, heading to new markets in Carthage and Spain. Her navy, those Actium winners, rules the Mediterranean, escorting merchants, slapping pirates silly. By 10 BC, Alexandria's a boomtown. Warehouses stuffed with silk from China, spices from India, glass from Syria. Rome's still strong, but Egypt's cutting into their cash flow, and Cleopatra's laughing all the way to the bank, or the treasury, since banks aren't a thing yet. The army gets a makeover too. In real life, Egypt's soldiers faded under Rome, but here, Cleopatra's got plans. She hires Greek mercenaries, tough guys with spears and shields, mixes them with local troops, and starts training. Picture dusty fields near Memphis, thousands of men drilling with new bronze swords, learning Roman tricks but keeping Egyptian style. Chariots zooming around, archers on boats. She builds forts along the coast, stone walls glinting in the sun, cannons, well, not yet, but catapults chunking rocks at invaders. By 1 AD, Egypt's a fortress, ready to smack Rome's nose if it gets too close. What's life like under this new Egypt? Alexandria's the star. Think New York with sand. Streets are packed, merchants haggling over figs, scribes scribbling on papyrus, kids chasing geese through alleys. The lighthouse, that giant tower, still shines, guiding ships loaded with loot. Temples hum with priests chanting to Ra and Isis, but Cleopatra's mixing it up. Greek ideas, Egyptian gods, a little Roman flair. People are proud. Pharaoh's back, Rome's out, and the Nile's flowing with opportunity. Villages along the river boom too. Mud brick houses sprout extra rooms. Farmers sell surplus wheat. Kids play with toy boats, dreaming of the Navy. Culture doesn't stall either. In our timeline, Egypt's art and science got swallowed by Rome. But here, it's thriving. Imagine scribes inventing a simpler script. Hieroglyphs slimmed down, easier to write, spreading literacy. Scholars in Alexandria crank out math, think Pythagoras, but with a tan, mapping stars, building better ships. Artists carve statues of Cleopatra as a goddess, gold crowns gleaming, while poets sing about the Nile's might. It's a golden age. Temples get taller, libraries fatter, and Egypt's the cool kid everyone wants to copy. Rome doesn't just sit there, though. Octavian's mad, losing at Actium stings. By 15 BC, he's back, sending legions to Libya, eyeing Egypt's borders. But Cleopatra's ready. Her forts hold, her navy sinks Roman ships off Crete. Picture the sea churning, wooden hulls splintering, Egyptian archers raining arrows while gulls scream overhead. Rome stretched, fighting Gauls, building roads, and Egypt's a brick wall. By 1 AD, they're at a stalemate. Rome rules the west, Egypt the east, two bulls locking horns over the Mediterranean. Fast forward a bit. 100 AD, Egypt's still kicking. Cleopatra's kids, let's say Ptolemy 15 and a daughter, Isis, take over, keeping the dynasty alive. They've got a system now, pharaohs with councils, advisors from Nubia and Greece, balancing power so no one gets too cocky. The Nile's a machine. Canals crisscross the delta, feeding fields that stretch to the horizon. Alexandria's a trade beast, ships docking from Britain to India, unloading wool, tin, pearls. Egypt's not just holding on, it's growing, a green ribbon of life in a sandy world. Tech starts creeping in. By 300 AD, Egypt's engineers, descendants of pyramid builders, mess with water wheels, turning the Nile into power. Picture wooden wheels creaking, lifting buckets, irrigating twice the land. They figure out steel, okay, not fully, but better iron from Nubian mines, sharper swords, tougher plows. Shipyards churn out bigger boats, think Viking longships, but with lotus flags, sailing to Spain, dodging storms, hauling back silver. Egypt's not industrial yet, but it's ahead of Europe, where folks are still arguing over whose cow crossed whose field. What about religion? Egypt's gods stick around, Ra's sun disk, Anubis's jackal head, but they blend. By 400 AD, Christianity's popping up, but Egypt twists it. Imagine churches shaped like pyramids, priests chanting in Coptic, Jesus with a pharaoh's crook. It's not Rome's version. Egypt's too stubborn for that. They export this mix, temples in Greece, altars in Syria, spreading influence while keeping the old ways alive. The Pope's annoyed, but what's he gonna do? Egypt's got the cash and the boats. The Middle Ages hit, 700 AD. Europe's a mess, Vikings raiding, kingdoms crumbling, but Egypt's steady. The Nile's still flowing, trades booming, and the army's a wall of spears and ships. Picture Cairo, new city built near Memphis, rising with mud brick towers, markets buzzing with silk and saffron. They fend off Arab invasions, sorry, no caliphate here, using forts and a navy that turns the Red Sea into their playground. By 1000 AD, Egypt's a trade king, linking Europe, Africa, Asia, while knights in France are still figuring out chainmail. Now, the big moment, 1300 AD. Europe's waking up, Renaissance vibes, better ships, but Egypt's already there. Picture this, an Egyptian fleet sails into Venice, decks gleaming with gold trim, unloading spices, books, steel. The Doge's jaw drops. Egypt's not some old ruin, it's a rival. They've got universities in Alexandria cranking out maps and math, while their army, now with early gunpowder from China, blasts invaders with crude cannons. It's the showdown. Europe versus Egypt, old Rome's ghost against the Nile's muscle. Egypt wins. Venice signs trade deals, not war pacts, and the Mediterranean split. Egypt ruling the south, Europe the north. Zoom to 1500 AD. Egypt's a superpower, the Nile's a web of canals, feeding millions. Think Holland, but hotter. Their navies everywhere, ships with lateen sails zipping to India, cannons scaring off pirates. They colonize, Nubia's locked down, Libya's a province, even bits of Greece fly the Ankh flag. Picture Egyptian governors in Athens, sipping date wine, overseeing marble quarries. Europe's got guns and galleons, but Egypt's matching them. Steel swords, early muskets, walls that laugh at cannonballs. The Ottoman Turks try their luck. Big mistake. Egypt sinks their fleet at Cyprus, keeps the East theirs. Daily life's wild by now. Cairo's massive, think millions, streets packed with carts, camels, kids kicking leather balls. Houses are stone, not mud, with rooftop gardens catching the breeze. Markets sell everything, cotton from the Delta, glass from Alexandria, spices from Zanzibar. Kids learn math and star charts, dreaming of sailing or soldiering. Women run shops, Cleopatra's legacy, while priests mix old gods with new prayers. It's loud, dusty, alive, not some quiet ruin. By 1800, Egypt's industrializing, sort of. Water wheels turn into steam, crude engines puffing along the Nile, powering looms for cotton. Picture factories in Alexandria, smoke curling over the harbor, workers stitching shirts for Europe. Railways come next, iron tracks from Cairo to Suez, trains hauling ore and grain. They dig the Suez Canal early, say 1820, linking seas, raking in tolls. Europe's steaming ahead, but Egypt's right there. Coal from Nubia, ships from the Delta. A pharaoh's empire in a modern suit. Today, 2025 in this world, Egypt's a titan. Cairo's a megacity, skyscrapers shaped like obelisks, neon lights flashing hieroglyphs. The Nile's electric, dams humming, farms glowing green. They're in space, satellites with Ankh logos, maybe a lunar base called New Thebes. Europe's strong, Asia's rising, but Egypt's the third wheel, trade hub, military muscle, culture king. You might vacation in Alexandria, eat falafel under a pyramid-shaped hotel, speak English with a few Coptic words tossed in. One queen's win in 31 BC redraws the map. So, what's the deal? If Egypt stayed a power after Cleopatra, it's not just pyramids and sand. It's a Mediterranean boss, tech, trade, armies, shaping the world while Europe scrambles. Could they have kept it up, or would Rome have crushed them eventually? Tell me what you think below, and subscribe for more wild what-ifs.